Welcome to Yoga with Cynthia. I'm Cynthia July, and both the host and the producer for this program. Irene Faithful is with me faithfully for most of the programs, and I really appreciate that. And we're going to be demonstrating a lot of movements that you can use in yoga that produces more challenge for the core. So we're going to be working the core through certain movements and then building to yoga asanas and explaining what core muscles it takes to be better in those yoga asanas. So if you're on your journey through yoga and you want to improve on certain asanas and you know it hurts your back to do them, it's probably because your core is not strong enough. Your back muscles are not strong enough. The core encompasses all of this. So it's your back muscles and your ab muscles that comprise the core. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to first warm up and then start working on some of the poses that address the core and some of them that you might be familiar with if you've been participating actively in yoga classes. So we'll begin in easy pose. You're going to bring that right leg in front of your left. But instead of dropping those legs down, we're going to lift those legs in the air. I want you to actually perch on the outside edges of your feet, and I want you to perch on your sitting bones and move back and forth. Now, when you do this, you're working your core. You may not realize that you are, but in order to stay perched on just the outside of your feet and on your sitting bones, you have to use the core to produce that pose. So, we're going to emphasize the core as we bring the arms up in the air, because as we bring the arms back over our shoulders, we're using the erector spinae muscles to keep ourselves from actually toppling forward. Okay? So here, the erector spinae muscles are helping us to lift, and we're going to lean back enough that we raise those heels up off the floor. Now you're going to feel your left quad engage. Lift the chest up high. And we're going to bring those legs down. Bring the arms down. Relax those shoulders. You're going to bring those arms back. This is all a warm-up. Take those arms forward. Take the arms up. Here we go. Lift those knees. Start to bring them up. Engage the back muscles. Stay here. Lifting the chest high. Here we go. Start to come down. Swing those arms back behind you. To the shoulder. Come back up one more time, lifting the chest up high. Look up in the air. And exhale, come down. This time, bring those arms back behind you. You're going to slide your right leg in front of your left. And we're going to try to bring your chest down or your head to the ground. Bring your arms up as high as you can as you stretch the front of your chest and the front of your shoulders. Now come back down, and we're going to lift that right leg. Bring your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Look over the right shoulder and just add that little twist. Now the twisting engages and stretches the internal external obliques. It also stretches the lats. All part of your core here. And come back around. So we have that same thing to do with the other leg in front. So go ahead and bring that left leg in front of the right. Again, we're perched on the outside edges of your feet. We're going to bring those arms up in the air. Lift that chest here. Lift those legs up in the air. But this time as you drop those legs, we're going to circle the arms around. And bring them in prayer. Deep breath in. Lift those legs up in the air. Exhale, start to come down. Circle those arms around. And bring them in prayer. And again, arms in the air. Lift that chest up high. And one more time. Drop those legs, circle around, bring those hands in prayer. Now start to bring those elbows forward and bring them down. Let the head drop to the ground. And let's rise up. Lift the left leg. Take your right arm over to the outside of your knee and look in that direction, stretching out that low back. And come back around. All right, so we're going to start some core work actually on our belly. So let's go ahead and drop onto our belly. So a lot of people are afraid of their back. Now, if you've been participating in yoga for a while and your back is not an issue for you, just do as much as you want in this class today. But if your back is an issue, take heed with what I'm going to say. When you are on your elbows like this and your pelvis is on the mat, your low back is more stable, okay? We're working the muscles around it. Once we lift off the pubic bone, our lower back becomes a little bit more vulnerable to movements and to torquing. So please drop back down onto your elbows at any time that you feel uncomfortable. So what we're going to start with is extending that left arm out. And you're going to start to take the right elbow off the floor. Stay on your pelvis if you can. Reach up in the air. But we're engaging those back muscles. Then we're going to come down and do the same thing. Right arm is up. Breathe on the way down. Exhale. Reach up. Breathe. Exhale. Now stay low. Breathe in and look up. If you can, lift your elbows off the mat. Exhale and slowly come down. Deep breath in and lift. And exhale slowly down. Now we're going to bring those arms out to the side and just drop your chin. And we're going to try to do that same thing without support. So we're going to lift that chest, bring the arms out. Breathe and exhale down. And again, breathe, lift your chest, exhale and down. And breathe and exhale. One more time, breathe and exhale. Now bring your hands underneath your chest. We're going to engage the abs and pull up into cat. Draw the navel to your spine. Draw it up, stretching the back, then releasing to the elbows. Look forward, puppy dog. Exhale and round up in cat. And come to puppy dog, elbows down. Exhale and round the spine. 2 more times. Breathe in. 1 more time, breathe in, exhale and around. Just drop that head and stretch the back of your neck. Move that head gently, side to side. And now lift your chest up, and we're going to do a little bird dog. So just like we did from the mat, we're going to take a deep breath and reach up with our left arm. So up and breathe. And on the exhale, we're going to bring that left elbow to the right knee. Come back up and breathe. Exhale and pull in. And breathe. Exhale and in. 2 more. Breathe deep. Exhale and in. 1 more time. And in. Bird dog. Core, because you get both back and rectus abdominis and internal external obliques, because we're adding that twist as we reach for the opposite knee. Here we go. Right arm is up. Breathe deep. Reach back to the heel. Exhale and twist. Breathe in. Exhale. Knee and elbow come in. And again, breathe. And Irene is demonstrating an option for those of you that don't want to work that low back. And in. And 1 more time. And in. Hands down, and just wiggle your tailbone. Good. And let's take another exhale into cat. Stretch out that back. Inhale and into cow. This time, look up in the air. Exhale and round the spine. All right, so let's cross our ankles. And we're going to come back with our knees bent. Now, when we roll down onto our lumbar spine, we're going to find that there's a point in which you really have to target both your rectus abdominis and your transverse abdominis muscle fibers. If you don't strengthen those muscles, you're going to be toppling down. So we're going to try that first, holding on, and then freeing those hands and see what happens. Deep breath in, pull up through the crown of your head, exhale and roll back. So we're going to try to do a pose in yoga called boat pose, B-O-A-T, but we're going to do Ardha Navasana, half boat pose, because Ardha Navasana targets more of the rectus abdominis and transverse, and the full boat pose targets more of the back muscles, but we're going to be doing that as well. So we're going to go ahead and come down, hold there, try to take your left leg in the air. Take your left arm out. Now, if that works for you, you can try the other side, but if it doesn't, go and just do just the left leg. Hold in Ardha Navasana. So we're working the psoas muscles, the quads, the rectus abdominis, the transverse abdominis. Shoulders are rounded, the back is rounded, so we're stretching the erector spinae muscles. Let's bring those heels down and bring that chest up to your knees. Let's try it again. Deep breath in. Exhale, start to round the back. Please feel free to stay here. If your back is an issue, you're still using your core, stay here. Take one leg out, bring the arm out. If you can, both legs are out. Stay there and breathe. And 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Put those heels down. Now, we have a little toy here. It's a ball. Now, these are really good tools for a little therapy, but we can also place it at our lumbar spine. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to place that ball here. And I want you to put your hands on your belly and pop up off the ball, come back on the ball. It's just a gentle movement. It's such a small movement, but it's so effective. Do you feel that? So it's kind of a nice, relaxing thing you can do while you're watching TV if you want to. But in yoga, we really want to be mindful. So we don't want to have distractions. We want to think about everything we're doing. So don't get any ideas that you can do these endlessly, because if you don't really target on pulling up with the core, you can strain your back with this as well. So 2 more, down and up, really focus on the core. And now we're going to be on the floor, and we're going to put this ball in between our knees. We're going to bring those legs up in the air, squeeze the ball between our legs. That helps create more stability in our lower body. So we're going to slide our shoulders off the mat and look up towards the ball. Deep breath in and out through the nose. Hold there. And come back down. Breathe. Exhale, roll up and hold. And breathe in down. And again, exhale up and hold. And breathe in down. And again, exhale up, hold. And breathe in down. 4 more. Exhale up and hold. Breathe in down. Exhale up and hold. Breathe in down. 2 more times. Exhale up and hold. Breathe in down. 1 more time. Exhale up and hold. Focusing on the rectus abdominis here. Hover. Breathe deep. and remove that ball. All right. We're going to push into the heels and come into a pose called bridge. So when we come into bridge, bridge helps to strengthen the back muscles. So as we lift those hips up, our erector spinae muscles are going to strengthen. We're going to be aware of that as we lift those hips high. It's just the reverse of what we did, and slowly lower down. Breathe as you go down. Exhale as you pull up. And breathe as you go down. Exhale, pull up. Now push into your heels, and we're going to switch that breathing. Lift the chest, breathe deep, and push into the heels. Now exhale, start to come down, because we're going to be aware of really deeper extension. So our breath is in when we're extended, lifting those hips as high as we can. Exhale and release into the mat. Breathe deep and lift those hips. Pull down into the shoulders. Slowly release. And again, 2 more. Deep breath in. And exhale. Now we're going to hold bridge. So lift those hips as high as you can. Push down into your shoulders. Keep your feet straight ahead as you continue to breathe. Now lower those hips down, and we're going to roll back up. And we're going to grab those toes. Because now we're going to focus on the strengthening of the back again. We just did some strengthening of the back. We're going to lead by pulling the shoulders back and starting to lift those legs up. Both big toes pose or supported Navasana. So lifting the chest high, using the strength of your back muscles to keep your shoulders back over your hips. Stay there, stay strong. Hang on to that. Deepen those breaths. Keep pulling back into your shoulders. Squeeze those inner thighs to the midline of the body. Hang on to that. Now, if you can, release those feet. Bring the arms up in the air. Ten more seconds. Squeeze those legs inward and slowly bring those legs down. Let's wrap around those thighs and stretch the back. Nod your head down into your knees. All right. So we're going to go ahead, come back down on our back and do a little internal, external oblique work. We're going to bring those legs up in the air and just massage the low back, but make a really big circle. When we circle those legs around, you're going to feel the internal, external obliques engaging and disengaging as you're working those muscles on each side of the body. So big circles. Go the other way. And now bend your knees, and we're going to roll side to side, almost touching the floor. Use those internal, external obliques to control your way down and also on your way back. So as you start to go down, you've got internal, external oblique involvement on the way down and on the way up. More strengthening on the way up. More lengthening on the way down, because we're working with the force of gravity as we fall closer to the floor. We're pulling away from the force of gravity as we come back through center. Continue as you are, side to side. Working that core. 2 more. And last one. Now, reach around those legs, and we're going to come up into a pose called Apanasana. It's a deep stretch for that back. Bring your knees in. If you can, reach for the bottom of your feet and tuck the head into your knees. Getting a deep stretch for that back. Now bring the legs back down. Reach the arms over your shoulders here. Lift that chest in the air. And now bring those hands back to your hips. And we're going to try to come up. And now take those legs straight out in front of you. Let's take those arms back up in the air. Lift that chest. And we're just going to sway gently side to side so you can feel internal, external obliques, but lats. So you're feeling the contraction and the release, the contraction and the release. Take that left arm down and just fall to that side. And now come to the other side. And come back to center. So we have a cushion here, and we're going to be using that for our final few movements that we're going to do, and then our final yoga pose, which is the corpse pose. I want you to move that's why we have very soft pillows. So you're going to create a little bit of a round bolster effect with your pillow. If you have a bolster, that would work better. You're going to fold the pillow in like this. I know a lot of you have these throw pillows. They're really good and functional like this. We're going to bring that right underneath. I'm going to turn myself to the side so you can see me here. I'm going to put that underneath my shoulder blades. Lift my chest so I get a nice natural curve in my upper back. And I'm going to bring my arms over my shoulders and let my chest move up. You really feel the abs stretching now. For all we did, we're getting the psoas to stretch. We're getting the rectus abdominis muscles to stretch. Reaching back, keeping your hands relaxed as we focus on the abs, your rectus abdominis muscles. Breathe. Now bring those hands forward, roll up. And now we're going to take that folded pillow and put it underneath our knees. And now, as we move into what we call Savasana, we're going to be supported so your low back is relaxed. So sometimes if you're in Savasana, it still pulls at the low back, but when you have a cushion under your knees, it relaxes that low back. So that's what we want to have happen now. So I want you to turn your palms out away from the body. Just surrender to your mat. Relax your face and breathe. And I'm going to take this moment to thank you so much for viewing Yoga with Cynthia. Namaste. Continue to breathe.